Happy Saturday, everybody. I am going to do the hall, the little bathroom, and my craft room. You can see on the old gate, I have the Santa's Workshop metal sign. That picture there is one we got at a yard sale this year. And this is one we bought in Dresden, Ohio on one of our bus trips up there when I was selling Longaberger. And I just have the ladder and the printer's case leaned up there. And there's Max. And I've had this sign for years. It came from, I believe it was Cracker Barrel years ago. I love it. And up there is a snowman sign I've had for a long time. It doesn't take long to show this bathroom because it's tiny, and most of the things end up in the same spot because they fit there so well. Hello, everybody. Up there on the top shelf, some of our tins, our red tins that we've had for a long time. And there is something that John painted many years ago. This is a vintage tin. It's an English tin. Really cute. Had that a long time. Snowman light came from a yard sale. And there's the little cubbies. That's a vintage trade card that we framed. And right there's that sweet little thing we got up at the shop in Maryland. There's nothing Christmas there, just our sand pails. Lots of vintage tins and boxes. And some Christmas towels right there. And a little tiny Christmas quilt that came from a yard sale years ago. And that's my giant Jim Shore angel that our daughter got us years ago. Love the snowman. And then I forgot to turn this on. That's the light up picture that Janet gave us several years ago. And more of our sand pails. And the Santa picture was from our son years ago. And there's that ship picture that we got at a yard sale this year. And some more Jim Shore and more of our vintage pieces. It's really hard to film that. Those are the nursery rhyme Jim Shores, but the detail is fantastic. And here is this, look at the face on this adorable cat with its little Christmas hat. Came from a yard sale years ago. I think it's precious. And then in the craft room, there's the shadow dancer Santa hanging on that wreath with the rusty bells. I'll show you this right here so I don't forget to do this middle part. I have some of my vintage sheep in that little cabinet that we got this summer, and more on top. And this was a vintage Christmas handkerchief box, and there is a vintage poinsettia or poinsettia pen. These little books here are some of our kids' Christmas pictures with Santa in there. And one year on Cindy's I wrote, "Little John wouldn't sit on Santa's lap, so there's no picture." That was fun to look back and see that. And y'all know I love anything with drawers. Me and John cannot resist drawers. And one of my crowns. And the beautiful, oh, I almost fell. Let's see. Yeah, now you can see Mary and baby Jesus. That came from a yard sale years ago. And I have a Christmas quilt on the back of this chair because it's a garden scene on it. And of course that came from a yard sale as well. Stacks of old books with a little tree that we got at a yard sale. One of my sheep. And beautiful Santa that came from a yard sale. Sorry for the glare on those. And you can see over here, like I said, I didn't do near as much in here as I normally do. I didn't decorate any of the trees, but I'm fine with that. The light is still pretty on them. Over there, I'll show you in a minute, there's another one of those same Santa prints. And these cubbies, these have just been so much fun to do through the years. This little package here is one Janet did years ago, sitting in my crown, and she gave me the little button thing too. Just some keys and a flower frog. Let me see if I can light this up. And there's the little doll that we got at a yard sale this summer, the little Biss doll. I love that little picture. I've had this snowman forever also. And there's the gorgeous Santa. Just put some old balls and a little bit of greenery. And in the basket just has some various vintage pieces with a little wreath. And right here is that wonderful wooden bead garland that Janet gave us for Christmas. So I brought that down and put it down here. And our friend Nancy gave us this little set years ago. It's Germany. Has the little knives and spoons in the little wire holder. That's the silhouette we got. It has a green border, so I thought that was good for Christmas. And these are Shiny Brights. They're not vintage, but we've had them for, I don't know, 7 or 8 years, and I think they're just gorgeous. Now, all the little balls that's in the cubbies, those are vintage. And look at this little 1936 card. It says, "Keep this. You may be given a 1936 Ford VA." It was some kind of contest at the American Rialto Roanoke Park Theater. And I just added some greenery to that. Same here, just some greenery and balls. And I like the mirror behind that. And some advertising knives. And I just put a wreath up there and have some wreaths in the window. Didn't get anything Christmas out right here. But I love all these treasures. I keep saying it, but one day I'm going to sit down in the floor on a stool. I can't sit in the floor no more. And I'll open this up and show you all the treasures in this barrister case. And I just put that spool with all the different twines and rickrack in there. And there's the Santa cheese box. It is a vintage cheese box that I painted years ago. There again, that's probably the late 1980s. Santa lamp we got this year at a yard sale. And some various little treasures in that adorable little child's cupboard. And you'll see some Jim Shore pieces over here. And the plates that are in this jelly cupboard. They're all from yard sales throughout the years, and we've had them for a long time. Some mercury glass pieces. And those lanterns came from AC Moore when they were closing them out. I think I ended up paying maybe $5 a piece for them. They're flat on the back, so they're perfect to hang. And of course, one of our beautiful toll trays. This sweet little angel came from a yard sale years ago. And then there's a Fenton shoe and some other old glassware. That was the Jamestown Expo. That's super old. And back there are my little crumb catchers. And I just put a little greenery in that. And here are the lights that Donna got us. Went on, brought them down in some of my little Bibles. And of course a Jim Shore holding a kitty. And more of those gorgeous, shiny, bright ornaments. And this sleigh, Jim Shore sleigh, filled with Jim Shore Christmas balls. And this angel wing also came from a yard sale. I'll just show you right here. I have my other ladies here. I was trying to move them so you can see them. There's one of my cage ladies, and there's the one we got at a yard sale. My grandma's picture's got old buttons and stuff in it. And it has the cross hanging off of it. And these are just supplies down here. This side of the room kind of stays a mess back there. And there's the crumb catcher that we got, the toll painted one this year. Another cage lady. And right here is that shelf. And I just put a wreath. The wreath done slid down over her eyes. And I love this vintage print with the children and the dog. And a snowman we've had a long time in the wire cloche. And I just kept that shelf the same. And down there are a lot of my little bisque babies. The beautiful stained glass in these windows. And lots of my children's things. Collection of little irons, dishes, and washboards. And I forgot to take the orange garland off that tree. But it looks really pretty. Just the wrong color for Christmas. But the other ornaments stay on there all the time. And this is a old Christmas box. And it has all these little vintage books and fairy stories. The books and all came in it. We've had that for a long time. That came from a yard sale too. And up there is that beautiful mercury glass snowman. He stays out there all the time because I'm afraid he'll get broke if I pack him up. So I don't pack him up. And there's the doorknob thing that John made. I love these statues. And that has a crown from Merrifield on it. And some vintage necklaces on her. And some old jewelry there. Another sweet angel that came from a yard sale. forget-me-not with another Biss baby. Some more hat pins and another toll tray. And of course, the big toll tray is right there. And then this is a beautiful blue and white gem shore that Cindy gave us years ago. And down here I just have a couple Christmas plates and a Christmas angel. Just put in with all these other treasures. Lots of buttons and things like that. Another cage lady up there. And this Santa lamp was a gift from John years ago. I love it. It stays out all the time too. I'm surprised Cat hadn't come and looked at us in this window, because he does sometimes when I'm down here. And some of my bottles and little drawers. And this kind of stays piled up, but that's okay. I know what's in these piles. Whenever I need them, I know what's there. Another lady. You can tell I like these ladies. And I have a lot of rosaries hanging on her. And then this gorgeous scrap art angel, that came from a yard sale. It was already framed and everything. And then this is another vintage picture that we got at a yard sale. Just love it. Mary and baby Jesus. And that's an English ironstone picture that our friend Nancy gave us up there. And an old pickle jar full of lace and Scrabble letters. And of course the shelf came from a yard sale too. And some of my little Paris things. And more drawers. I told you we have a thing for drawers. And that's a vintage picture. Love that. And the sheep, when I'm not using them out, they all go in this cupboard, but there are still some left in there. And I put some in that cloche. And up there is where the Wizard of Oz things stay after Halloween. All these beautiful little things hanging back here, except for the hand and the doll, came from Maryfield. That crown did. I love that. It's hard to find things like that. I know I said that in there in the other room about some of the frilly things, but it really is. This doll I've had for years. And the doggy collection in the little doggy shelves. And all the precious little children wood plaques. And the child's piece. That little step stool's there because ordinarily it's up in the kitchen, but I had to move it for Christmas to make room. And just lots of goodies in all of these jars. And some of our toy collection. Some of our sand toys and other toys and books. We've collected toys for years. Love that little wagon and that little wheelbarrow. And there's John's Christmas truck. And some of y'all that have been with me a while, y'all know that that clown spinning top was mine when I was probably 3 or 4 years old. So it's got some age on it. All right, this is all of the tour. This will complete all my Christmas tours, but I do have the Christmas pin set out. I am going to do y'all a Christmas pin video, even though it's after Christmas. Several of you wanted to see them up close, so I'm still going to plan on do that for you probably tomorrow. So have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful New Year's. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve. If you plan on going out, be safe, but have fun. Love and blessings to y'all from me and John and baby boy. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.